Welcome back to my cycling channel. Today's video is about how I got 1,000 subscribers and why I got 1,000 subscribers. Why did I start this YouTube channel? I'm going to give you a lot of personal information about myself without going overboard. I've gotten a lot of questions about how am I able to go away all winter without working, and I'm 38 years old. Why did I dedicate so much time to cycling? And a lot of questions about my YouTube channel. I've been able to grow up pretty quick, 1,000 subscribers in less than 4 months. Also, I'm traveling over the next couple days. I'm not going to be riding the bike. I'm here in Clearwater. I'm going to be in Tucson in 3 days, and then I'm going to start the training back up. So I thought this would be a great time to do a video and just tell you guys about myself and what I did and how I did it and why I did it. And so let's get started. I grew up with money. I had money when I was growing up. My father was the type of guy to go to the boat show. We had this boat show in Toronto, and he would show up there and come home with 2 windsurfers, wetsuits for the entire family, a small sailboat, and drop 30 grand. And this was in the 1990s. And then get pissed at my mother because she returned the Blockbuster videos late. That's just the kind of guy that he was. And he told me when I was younger that my brother and I would never have to work because he had so much money. And then I was about 21, 22 years old, and I'll never forget this day for the rest of my life. The tow truck came to tow his car, and I watched his car get towed down the road because he didn't pay, because he had no money. So he went from having all this money to no money. He went broke because he got in the stock market, he stopped working, his ego got too big, and he started spending more than he made, and he did it for too long that he was in debt $500,000. And it was at that time that I knew I was in big trouble, and no one was going to give me anything, and I had to get to work. So I started a business, a real estate company. I got my real estate license, which turned into me getting my own brokerage, and I'm the broker of record, and a property management company where now we manage almost 700 properties. And I did that over 10 years. I worked day and night, 80, 100-hour weeks. Because I grew up in a household where my father put material things on a pedestal, I put material things on a pedestal. But what happened growing up in a household like that, and I struggled in school, I barely graduated high school, I never went to university, and I grew up in a household where my parents just hated each other, they just always fought. It gave me serious self-worth issues. I remember being a teenager and being thinking, and then even as a young adult into my 20s, looking at myself and thinking what woman would ever want to be with a guy like me, and just thinking I was really ugly and I was stupid, and that became a huge part of my life, a self-worth problem. I just was always thought I was less than. And so that went into my business where I'm screw you, I'm gonna show you. And I just worked and I worked and I worked. And then I bought all this stuff. I wanted these nice suits. I was buying $3,000 suits, $1,000 shoes, $100,000 car, and just spending every cent that I made. So the relationship with my dad became toxic. That's a story I could do a whole other YouTube channel on. Long story short, I found out he was stealing money from the company. He was doing all these other terrible things, and it was really hard on me. That was at the same time I started learning about money, and that I could either have things or I could have money. And it was put to me like that, and I started to realize I needed to just focus on saving my money instead of spending it. So that's what I did. I sold this house that I bought for millions of dollars, and there was a boom in Canada. It doubled in price. I sold it. I bought a house less than half the value cash, and I just stopped buying all this stuff and saving my money. And then it was at that time that I decided that I didn't want to work like crazy, and I started cycling at the same time, and I started falling in love with cycling. And I was riding 30,000 kilometers a year. I was doing nothing else besides being a husband and a father and cycling. But what ended up happening is I was I started becoming depressed. I was not happy. And the reason I wasn't happy is because cycling wasn't fulfilling me enough. And I needed to have goals and things that I was working on, because I was never racing. I was doing local races, but I just loved riding. I would go out and ride every day and want to get as fit as I can, do the KOMs and group rides and the local races. But doing these big races, it wasn't something that I was interested in, because I was, approaching 40 years old and traveling, and I just wasn't interested in it. So the cycling wasn't giving me the fulfillment, and because I wasn't getting that fulfillment, I was starting to become really unhappy. Doing the YouTube channel is something that I always wanted to do, but I was so scared of what people would think about me. Like, I just thought about uploading the video and knowing that like all the people in my circle would judge me and think I was stupid or think I was a loser. And then like that ties back to the self-worth issues that I talked about earlier. So I wanted to do this YouTube channel for years, but I just didn't do it because I was terrified of what people would think about me. So finally, because I wasn't working, and like I would meet someone, they'd be like, oh, I'm doing this TED Talk, and they're doing all this stuff, and then they're like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, just chilling. They're like, no, but what do you do? I'm like, I just ride my bike. And they're like, all you do is ride your bike? Like, you don't have a job? Like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, and then it was like, it started to hit me like, you know, I'm not even 40 years old. I gotta like do something because I'm becoming really unhappy. Now, this is the really cool part. So I finally get up the courage to start the YouTube channel 4 months ago. And I was so worried about like learning the camera stuff and like making the videos and like, am I gonna like this? But when I started, I fell in love with it. Like learning about the cameras, the ISO, the aperture, the lighting, Adobe Premiere Pro, editing, the transitions, all the stuff. I just fell in love with learning how to do it and making the videos better, and I enjoy it so much. And so to upload the videos and see you guys like the videos, and it's actually making me really emotional. Shit. So like looking back and like now that I have 1,000 people that like subscribe to my channel, and like I fell in love with doing this thing, and then seeing that people like it, like, and I was in such a bad place. The reason it's made me so emotional is that I've had a blessed life. Like my life is so, I'm so blessed to have an amazing wife, amazing kids, financial freedom. I've had such a blessed life, but it's been so hard getting here. Like I don't talk to my parents because my parents think I owe them something, and I've given them hundreds of thousands of dollars, and it's never enough. And every step I've made has been really hard, but it's been so rewarding. And like the business tore apart my family. It drove me into the ground emotionally, and it was so hard. So like the other reason it's been emotional is that I wanted this channel to be like wholesome. That like it was only about cycling and it was just fun. There's no bullshit. Like with my other business in real estate property management, there's always a problem, right? And like, you know, tenants aren't paying, owners are pissed, people are trying to sell their house. It's just always, when you have landlord-tenant relationship, it's always stress. I'm a landlord and I've been a tenant when I travel, and I see both sides. It just always, there's always contention in that relationship, and I've always been in between it. So when starting this channel, I just wanted it to be fun, and I wanted it to be wholesome, and there's no reason for anyone to get upset at anything. And like that was a driving factor, that I just wanted to do something that was fun and no one's mad about anything. Now, what did I do to keep the channel going? Like, so what were my intentions behind the videos? So because I know nothing about the camera and like how to make stuff look good with the camera, I thought that I gotta make it informative, I gotta make it entertaining, it's got to be lighthearted, and it's got to be cycling only, and I got to share the things with you that I've learned through my mistakes. And I just try to put that behind every video, and like I got to show you who I am, and be humble. Like we're all humans on this earth, and we all have different experiences, and I just got to share with you my experiences. And then the other big principle that I stuck with is that I got to make the videos better. So I would spend all day thinking, how do I make this better? How do I make this better? How do I do this? And I would research and watch videos, learn about the camera, learn about the techniques, and just try and make every single video better. I got to make as many videos as I can and make them as good as I can, and and make each one better than the last. What do you guys want to see? I'm not special, you the viewer is special, and how do I give you what you want to see? And that's what I've always tried to keep in the back of my mind. And sometimes it's hard because and sometimes I miss things because I want to show you too much stuff, where like maybe it would be better if I showed you some simple things. I don't know. But that's it, guys, and I think I'm rambling on here. If you watch this and you got any questions, let me know. I would love to answer them. I got two giveaways going on right now. Samsung Buds Pro, free to enter, just click the link. And Bike Suplex Kit has sponsored my channel, and we're giving away Speedcraft 100% sunglasses. All you got to do to enter is go to their website. Links are in the description. And if you like this kind of content, I'm going to Tucson. I'm chasing 100-watt FTP, which I think I can do. If you want to see if I can pull that off, hit the subscribe button. And hit the subscribe button if you want to see me reach my other goal, which is 10,000 subs by the end of this year. I think I might be able to do it. I'm hoping I can do it. I'm working really hard. So yeah, if you want to follow along, hit that button and like the video if you liked it. I got to say all this stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. I'll see you soon. Bye.